Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Deskercise De-Stressors. I am Coach Dusty. I am your dedicated virtual coach here at SRA. And throughout this webinar, we are going to hopefully make you de-stress, a little bit more mobile, and have the energy to thrive for the rest of the day. So, without further ado, I say we get started. All right. And this is what we are going to be addressing today. So we're going to do our introduction. We're going to identify what is stress, right? And then we're going to talk about trigger point. And then we're going to actually get moving and grooving and focus on trigger point and stretches for these areas of the body, our feet, our glute area. We call it our piriformis, which is part of your buttocks area, your back, your upper back, your chest area, your forearms. And then we're going to talk about breathing technique to make you less stressed, less anxiety driven, and more focused on smiling and breathing happy air. Yes. All right, let's get started. Today's objectives: to understand what stress is and how it impacts our body. Okay. To understand trigger points and how it can impact the body. How we apply trigger point and stretching techniques to help alleviate pains, aches, stress areas to help us thrive in the office environment, whether it's actually in an office, on campus, or at home. And then effectively learn and apply the breathing techniques for stress management and to increase energy level no matter what time of day it is. So I say we get started. What is stress? And this is stress management month, and I think that we should apply this technique year round because stress, it is not seasonal. It is ongoing. So stress and sympathetic nerve system response to our environment. Okay, we've got good stressors, we've got bad stressors. Typically, we focus on the bad stressors and it affects our body. It tenses it up, it makes us unsettling. It provides a lot of feeling, lack of breathing, lack of energy. So we want to get rid of that and figure out how to identify it first, and then how can we respond to those triggers that release the hormones of adrenaline, epinephrine, and cortisol, which then causes all these numerous physical responses, including increased heart rate, blood pressure, muscle tension, increased breath rate, that heavy compressed feeling in your chest that you feel when you're getting overwhelmed, when you're overworked, overtired, all the things that come with just being stressed. What is trigger point? Because we are going to apply both of these today. Yeah. So trigger point. Trigger point is a hypersensitive knot in our muscle tissue. So you want to, right here with my cursor, okay, this is kind of what our muscle fibers look like. Here, over here to the left, you're going to see what a normal muscle fiber looks like. To the right is where you have all your muscles coiled into a knot. And that's what we do not want. So trigger point helps relieve that and tension and uncoils those muscles that have wrapped around and restricted blood flow, oxygen, and that are pulling on other areas of your body that provide the result of aches, pains, strains, and can ultimately end up in the result of muscle strains and injuries, right? So we want to get rid of together so that you do not have numbness, tingling. All of that results from um, our muscles intertwining with one another. And how that happens is just stress, ongoing, just sedentary life, sitting there at the desk, working in a certain position the entire time and not doing any sort of recovery or maintenance to our body. You got to look at our body just like any other fine machinery. We got to give it some maintenance. We got to give it some love ongoing. Okay. trigger point techniques that can help with all of these symptoms. So it decreases the your muscle and joint pains. It prevents surgery down the line and promotes joint health, increases a range of motion and joint, and promotes muscle recovery, increase the blood flow to the tissues, all the things that I said. So I have right here a lacrosse ball. Now, if you are at MTV Mountain View campus, go to the fitness center, visit Coach Alethea. She has these, not exactly these. They're like black and yellow that you'll see in the picture. But this is my at-home one. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at any sports goods store. If you don't have a lacrosse ball or some sort of ball that has a firm exterior that is firm so that you can do trigger point therapy. And let's get to it. All right. So right now, oh, that's good. Let's work on our feet, right? So with the ball, if you don't have a ball, these are good exercises that you can do at your desk when you do get a ball, okay? When you get a ball, you're gonna put it at, yeah, I'm gonna stand up. Actually, I'm gonna sit down, okay? You're gonna put it right in the middle, okay? Technique number one, move it back and forth. Just to release that tension into your foot, okay? If you have one at your desk, go ahead and get it out, start using it. If you don't, that is okay. For now, I want you to, while I'm talking, I want you to just to flex and point, flex and point. I want you to do 10 on your right and 10 on your left so that we can get moving and active oxygen through our body, get our blood pumping, get our energy level up. So with this lacrosse ball, you want to massage that bottom of your foot. Okay. So front to back, you can do circular motions like you do see in these pictures. And this is going to be sent to you and it's going to be available on our YouTube station, our channel, so that you can apply this when you do have a ball. Okay. But these are just examples, rolling forward and back, flexing our toes front and down. So our point and flex. If you haven't switched to your left foot on your point and flex, go ahead and do that because you're still stretching that calf and your anterior tibialis, your shin. Okay, so you're still getting some benefits if you do not have a lacrosse ball. When you find that knotted, tense area, I want you to press down. So no matter what part of your body, when you're doing trigger point therapy, when you find that tense, unsettling part of your body, okay, you want to hold it there and press the ball in and then slightly move up and down motion so that you release. Again, those muscles are all coiled and we're trying to get them to release. So you got to imagine that it's like a rubber band ball, and one rubber band is one muscle fiber, and it is all tangled and intertwined. And we need to figure out a way to release it and get it straight and in form. Okay, so that's what we do with our feet for trigger point therapy. For exercises, let's go back to the feet real quick. So a good stretching exercise for the feet, okay, is circular motions, more so for the calf, for the ankle, but throughout the day, squeeze your toes in and out, in and out. Hold it for 2 seconds, release it. Squeeze, release to get energy through that area of the body. We do not show our feet enough love or our hands, but we're going to get to that later on in the presentation. Squeeze your feet, extend, or toes, extend. Also, circles. Make circles with your ankles. Circle out 10 times, circle in 10 times. Those are great exercises to bring energy to that specific area of the body, right? And we need to show every part of our body love, not just certain areas. Let's move on. Trigger point for a calf. Okay, so you don't need a lacrosse ball for that. So I want you to sit nice and tall and straight. Okay, you're going to lift your leg up. You're going to cross your leg. Now, your knee is going to act as a lacrosse ball because it's hard. Okay, so the outside of your calf, you're going to slowly press or pull your knee up to your chest, and you're also going to get a hip flexor stretch. Okay, so this is a multi-purpose exercise. And then you're going to go down. I want you to inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Now, if that is too hard and you are unable to cross your feet, cross your knees, that is completely okay. You can still do it turned out. Same thing, just sliding our leg. Now, if that is too much too, as well, you can use the outer part of your knee. You just bring, so knees together, and you just use your knee and rub your calf, the exterior or the interior of your calf. Okay. So when you're done with one leg, go ahead and switch. Get that feeling, and it's almost like you're doing a self massage, like self deep tissue massage with your calf. Okay. You can flex your foot to get a deeper massage into your calf, and you just want to repeat that until that calf area is nice and loose or feels better as far as a mobility standpoint, less ache, less tension, less stretching, less straining. Okay. All right. That is an example of calves, working our calves. Now, I want everybody to stand up if you're not already standing up. Okay. If you have a desk, great. If you don't, that is completely okay. So you're going to stand up. We're going to sit up nice and, or stand up nice and tall and straight. We're going to roll our shoulders back, press down, focusing on our breathing. We are not holding our breath. Now, you're going to stand with desk support. Okay. I want you to reach one leg back, pressing that heel down to the floor, like making a connection, being very grounded. With your other supporting leg, I want you to lean forward until you get that maximum stretch of that back calf. Okay, you want to press those hips forward, pressing the heels down. Both feet are planted into the floor. And I want you to breathe and exhale. And if you want to shift back as a starting position, you can, and then shift forward. So you want that stance of one leg forward, one leg back. That back leg is what you're stretching, that calf. So when you start shifting, you're going to bend and shift forward your hips as well as your knee, pressing that back calf. So go ahead and do both sides. And I want you to focus on your breathing. I want you to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Okay. Still keeping our chest open, our posture. There. Go ahead, do it a couple more times. And then we're going to move on to our glute area. Now, I'm going to make this fast because I realize that a lot of us don't have lacrosse balls, but this is for our glute area. And it is uncomfortable, however, it's super beneficial. And I'm going to tell you why. Because generally speaking, when you have sciatic issues, meaning lower back pain, hamstring pain, it all comes from your glute area being, your muscles being coiled together and they're pulling in. So your glutes right here, your back is upper and then you're lower, and it's literally shifting center towards that glute. So what we have to do is release it so that our muscles can release and not pull from the back, our hamstring area. Okay. So right here, these are good examples of 4-leg lifts with that ball in the center part of your glute area. And you just lift your legs up 4 times on one side, and then you switch to the other. Same thing, external rotation. You want your knee coming in and outward. In and outward. And then you do 4 on one side and 4 on the other. Again, you're going to get this presentation. You will have access to it 24/7 on our YouTube channel after today. Okay? Stretching the parafemoris. Okay. Now, sitting upright position, okay, on the edge of our chair, right here. And sitting next to scoot to the edge of our chair. Feet are flat on the floor. We're going to lift our leg up, turn it out. Our ankle is on top of our right above our knee area. Pressing that knee down, sitting straight from the hips, not from your chest, not from your waistline, from your hips. You're going to slowly lean forward, keeping that chest open, breathing, and you're going to start to feel a stretch in that glute and hamstring area. Now, if you feel absolute nothing, I want you to restart. I want you to plant both glutes, okay, on your seat and then start again. You should feel a nice stretch. I want you to hold it here for 10 seconds. Just count. 1, and it's got to be slow. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, that's still beneficial. Anything's beneficial, or that's more beneficial than nothing. But take your time, and then when you get done, slowly bring your leg. And listen, these are things that you can do while you're in a meeting, or you have like a 5-minute break, or even in between emails. But you have to make time for yourself. Okay, self-care is important. You are important. Taking care of yourself is important. And you're going to thank yourself, right? Okay, so that was 10 seconds. Now, this is a great exercise to do as many times as you want. I do it. I mean, I feel like I do it 10 times a day. I really do. So focus on your breathing anytime you're stretching, especially during this exercise. Yeah. Okay. Stretching the trapezius area, the upper back. Okay, trigger point. Now, who has neck pain right now? I know I do. I do all the time. That is where we hold all of our stress, at least majority of it. Okay. This trigger point exercise is phenomenal for any kind of shoulder pain, neck pain, just upper extremity release in strain, aches, and pains. Okay. You want to hold that ball on the center part on the outside of your spine. And it's almost as if though it is going to be going in line of your shoulder blade. And that's where you find the most knots. And you're going to find a wall. You're going to, oh, my lacrosse ball got legs and walked away. So you're going to put it on your back, okay? Rolling our shoulders back, and then you're going to go up and down on a wall, and you're going to press. And again, same concept. You find those sensitive areas, you hold, and then you start moving slowly up and down. Do it for both sides, 30 seconds. You will thank yourself. Okay. If you are not on any sort of Amazon, or you have a sporting store near you, I suggest you figure out a way to get one of these. Go visit Coach Alethea. All right, let's stretch our traps and necks. Now, sitting down, if bringing your hands behind your back, it is not, that range of motion is not comfortable, or you have any shoulder or chest injuries, don't you worry. I want you to press both hands down, flexing your wrist. Okay, so sit it down. You're going to flex your wrist, pressing, opening your chest, rolling your shoulders back. Now I want you to bring your ear to your shoulders. Let me repeat that. Your ear to your shoulders, not your shoulders to your ear. I see this all the time in my clients. So I want you to take your ear to your shoulders, pressing that opposite hand down as if though the earth is grabbing it and taking it to the core. the center of earth, right? Okay, so I want you to hold it here, and you're going to breathe, and you're going to focus on your breath. Identify where your breath is. Okay. Now, if you want a deeper stretch, you take that arm back, still pressing down. On the other hand, you're going to grab gently the temple of your head, and then you're going to give yourself a deeper stretch. And when you are done, ooh, shake it out. That felt good. Now, do the other side. Flex your hands, ear to shoulder. Okay. When you're ready, bringing the same ear, same arm of the ear back. Actually, just kidding. The flexed hand, taking it back with your opposite arm, grabbing the temple of your head and slowly giving your stretch until that maximum stretch. Now, if your neck pops, it's okay. It might feel even better for release. Okay. It's normal. It happens. This is a great exercise to do throughout the day. Neck rolls from one side to the other is also good release, but this is going to really maximize that area of your neck and your back to release the stress and strain and tension that is ongoing in that area. Okay. All right. Stretching our forearm. Now, for my computer people, which I believe is a majority of us these days, who is constantly at a desk. And this is going to help with arthritis prevention, tendonitis, all the things that we get from sitting at the desk and just grinding away. So with that ball, you're going to press your forearm down and going back and forth. You're going to roll forward and back. Okay. You're going to flex your wrist. So same concept over here to your right, okay, of your screen. You do 4 forward and back rolls, wrist extensions, and then you turn your arm over and front. So front to back. Okay. And that's really going to help that tension in your forearms and that you might have never even known exist. Okay. So I highly recommend that. Stretching. Here are stretches that will help. Okay. So you're going to stand or you can sit. That's fine. You can stand. So first palms down with the other on your top. Now, from tension, I want you to think of pressing in opposition. So this right here is going to lift up and it's going to give your bicep, shoulder area some energy. And you're just going to press in opposition and then release. Your underarm hand is lifting, pressing up as your other hand is pressing down. And then you're going to switch. You're going to do that 4 times each. You're going to hold 1, 2, and release. Once you're done with that, you're going to extend your arm out. Okay. You're going to flex your hands straight out as if though you're Spider-Man. I have a son, so that's my only fun analogy that I have right now. But you're a Spider-Man and you're throwing that web out. You're going to grab the palm of your hands and you're going to flex and press down, and it's going to stretch that radial area. So your forearm, and then you got radial area. Okay. And then you're going to switch. You can do the same thing for an even deeper stretch, standing up with both arms. If you do not have a desk, then do option number 2. Right. All right. Breathing technique. How do we master breathing technique? Well, listen, we just have to apply it through our day-to-day life, right? We just have to consciously bring awareness to our breath. And at this moment, I want you to identify, where's your breath? Where is it? Are you breathing front to back? Are you breathing side to side? Or do you have a 3-dimensional breathing technique? You have two different types of breathers, right? Okay. You have apical breathers and you have diaphragmatic breathers. Okay. One is breathing from the chest, the other one's breathing from the diaphragm. So we typically we try to get to the diaphragm breathing because that is three-dimensional. And so now I want you to bring awareness back to your breath when I talk about diaphragm breathing. And we want to get to that three-dimensional state where we are breathing front to back, side to side. So right now, I want you to envision that if you are not three-dimensional breathing right now, I want you to envision that breath pattern. And now I want you to make it come to life. As you are doing that, we are going to focus on the technique for moments of anxiety. For moments of anxiety, I want you to do a 6-4-10 breathing concept. It's called box breathing. Okay. 6 breaths, 6 inhalations in. We're going to hold for 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 10. So again, we're going to inhale for 6 seconds. We're going to hold for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 10. So let's go ahead and do that right now as we end this seminar on a breathing note. We're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For moments of tiredness, especially after lunch, we are going to do a 4-0 box breathing technique, which you're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, and exhale. Straight out. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Do 10 times. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale. And it's like you're going to inhale all your frustration, and then you're going to let it out. You're going to inhale all your tiredness, and you're going to exit out. You're going to inhale all the negative thoughts, and you're going to exhale it out. You're going to inhale all the aches and pains, and now knowing you have the knowledge, and you're going to exhale it out. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. That was great. I hope that everybody enjoyed themselves today. I am Coach Dusty. I appreciate your time, your patience. Hopefully your stretching and your movement. Again, this presentation will be available to you 24/7, so you can review. I will also, if you reach out to me, I will send you this presentation, and so that you can have the stretches. Do not hesitate to use the app for box breathing, for stretching, for anxiety relief. That is what it's there for. And it's also what I am here for. So reach out to me anytime that you need more Deskercises or deck stretches or trigger point relief. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.